Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Man, oh man, I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going well with you and yours. I really do. Time again for another knife of the day. Today we're looking at the Brous Blades collection. Man, I think on this playlist already, I know I've done the Silent Soldiers. I've got different versions of the Silent Soldier fixed blade knives. And then I think I've done the first Silent Soldier folder. Um, I have I have several more because I just love the Silent Soldier. This is one of the more recent releases of the Silent Soldier. It's the Brous Blades Silent Soldier XL, extra large. And it was interesting to me that when he went XL and the extra large, he did the non-hole version. Most people only know of the Silent Soldier from the fixed blades, which has a hole right here that you can put your index finger through, so it's more stable. People can't pull the knife away from you and that sort of thing. When he came to the folder, the original folder, which was a liner lock, it had a hole. Then he did a frame lock, which this is a frame lock as well. The liner lock, I believe, was 500 with carbon fiber. I have them all because I love them. The frame lock went down to, I don't know, 300 or so. And then he did no hole versions. I haven't put these on. I haven't done a video on them. I bought 3 of them because I just loved them. I got the acid stonewash that you're looking at, the blacked out version, and then I got the satin version. These were very hard to find, and I didn't find them all together because only 100 of the non-hole versions were ever created. Mid-tech from Brous Blades. Only 100. I have 3 of them. That means 97 of them only are out in the wild. Very happy to get that. I was surprised that he didn't choose the hole when he came up with this newer version for the extra large. But now you see what he means by extra large. This is the standard version of the folder, which is really interesting, of the Silent Soldier folder. So this is definitely extra large. The funny thing is, this one feels like it weighs more. And it threw a lot of people off when this came. When it came in the mail for me, I was kind of stunned because although it's 5.4 ounces, with the size, it feels a lot lighter, where these are heavy duty. Okay? And a lot of people like me who are fans went, wow, I'm surprised at the weight. Well, the inside is really skeletonized. Okay, Jason Brous did a great job. He couldn't have a big knife like this with the weight that these solid titanium, thick titanium scales have. So he really skeletonized the hell out of it. And it really feels good. It really does. How many times did I just say really? Anyway, but I wanted to give you a look at one of the 100 ever made of the Silent Soldiers folders. I'll do a proper look at these and his 2 brothers later on in this series, but I wanted you to see where that extra large came from. So it's D2 steel, of course, because Jason Brous loves his D2 steel. Swedges on the top to take off some of that weight off of a big blade like this. It's actually a 3-inch blade, so it's not that big of a blade, but compared to the other Silent Soldiers. Warncliffe, as you can see, flipper. The jimping is deeper jimping, but just a little bit of it. You know, it doesn't go far out. Now, let me tell you something. It's always confusing. Um, so, the one thing about Jason Brous, and when he got into the folders with the silent soldiers, every video talked about flipping the silent soldiers like this. And they said it's a problem because everyone had to remember when you picked it up that it was a push. It flies out there as a push. You see that? Just flies out there as a push. Jason has gone a long way since these, where now most of his flippers are around here and it really flips out there. But push, it flipped. So every time you pick it up, you go, remember, it's push. If you pulled it down, it was a problem. Okay? On this, let's see if we can get this thing. Okay. On this, it drove me crazy because when I pick it up, I see Silent Soldier. I try to push. Oh, it pushed. That's funny. Usually, look, it's because I got used to how to push it. Okay, it does push, I guess. It pushes. But on here, he actually has jimping on the top to say flashlight it. So what he probably did, because of all the criticism, now remember, this is like the fourth version of this. This was one of the most recent versions next to the G10 version that came at a lesser cost. We're talking $500 knives at this point with this. And this is number 23 of 250. So he only made 250. Yes, he made them in satin and stonewash and blacked out and acid stonewash, but in total only 250 of these. This is number 23. So, okay, it flipped. I had to get used to how to push it. So that's great. So this one you can do either way, switchblade or push button. That's great. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Okay, so you know about the jimping. So there's a lot of other things about this as well. But let's talk about D2 steel, acid stonewash, black blade, and then a stonewash titanium handle. The scales are stonewashed. 3-inch blade, Warncliffe blade. It has that curve, as it always has, which gives you a good grip, especially if you're fighting as a tactical, but also as an EDC knife. That 5.4 ounces, I can't even explain. At first I thought, well, these are titanium scales. Why is it so light? Because I was used to the heavier one. He's done a great job with this. See-through construction, which is great. See that? Now, he has what he calls the subframe frame lock. And what he means by that, as you can see, that time I didn't know whether to push it or, that was me, by the way. It flies out. These knives are great once you know it's push button on these. But anyway, a lot of the frame locks, even on his, you see they come all the way down. Full frame lock. On this, they call it a subframe lock because it's a lot smaller. The other thing he did, he hasn't done on any of his other frame lock knives, is he has a steel insert. Now, you know a lot of knives have steel inserts these days on their lock bars. He made it the same color as the titanium. And the reason is steel is stronger than titanium, and over time of flipping and hitting against the steel of the blade, it'll start to travel because it'll start to wear down. So he put that in there so it's steel against steel for a longer wear. He also has, I don't know if you can see it, the screws. You can place the steel insert wherever you want. Okay? So if you want a 50 lockup, if you want a shallower one, I don't mess with those things. You guys know I like it right from, where I get them. So this is like a 40-60 lockup. But very nice knife. Big knife. Fits the hand perfect. I'm a huge fan of the Silent Soldiers. Huge, huge. Almost crazy. Because what I went through to get the 3 hard to find knives are unbelievable. This is kind of hard to find too. But if you get one, grab it. You know, like I said, this is the acid stonewash, but there is a blacked out version and a satin version and just a stonewash version. But what a nice, nice knife. It has a lot going on for it. It'll push button or switchblade, which is just great. Surprised that it was a no-hole blade. I love that variation. Once I realized they exist, I did everything I could to get as many as I could. That's why I have 3 of the original ones. But there you have it, the knife of the day. It's the Brous Blades Silent Soldier Folder XL. Extra, extra large. But even though it's 5.4 ounces, it feels like butter. It works like butter as well. If you can find one, it's worth it. Wanted to compare the two. That's the no-hole flipper frame lock titanium version. That he made 100 of those. I have 3 of them. He made 250 of these. This is number 23. Wanted to put it against the small version so you can see the length of it. And then a mini division. I've done videos on that. They're on the playlist against it so you can get a nice size comparison. There you have it. Brous Blades Extra Large Silent Soldier Folder Mid-Tech Knife. If you're enjoying these videos, and I hope you are, I'm enjoying having you guys peek in on the collection. Don't forget to thumb it up. Let me know that you're out there. That's from me to keep going. Also, don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me out. Turn on your notifications so that you don't miss the videos. Remember, I'm expecting 4 new Spidacles, probably early next week. They'll come in. Whenever they come in, if they come in the weekend or next week, then we'll do 4 videos on 4 consecutive days looking at these new Spidacles. I'm excited about these Spidacles, by the way. Very excited. A couple of them I've been waiting for quite some time. Hope you guys have a perfect day. Hey. Mostly men. I know there are some young ladies who watch, some women who watch. Take your time. Sometimes men don't take some time for themselves. Turn off the social media. Just one-on-one, you and you. All right, that's not selfishness. It's necessary. I wish I would have done it more often. I was always trying to get ahead at work or do whatever. It just makes you feel a lot healthier. And it helps you be a better brother, father, whatever. You guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Hey, I really appreciate you and all the time you spend with me. Goodbye.